Yo, 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 yo.
There are two participants in the conference. Please announce yourself.
Yo, yo. Where's everybody at?
What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good, bro. How about yourself?
Ah, man. Fair for a square, as they say. Fair for a square. Man, what's going on with this? All right. Aaron and Robert. Hmm.
Yes, sir.
I better check my email because I know I probably got a lot of emails. I sent out the link. So, okay. All righty. So, we are here at the School of Esoteric Knowledge. About to drop some knowledge today. Get my TV on board with us. Okay. You know, it's a wonder I even know how to do any of this stuff, man, because I'm not a tech savvy person. Fuck. Instagram with the bullshit. Chop them live, bro. These motherfuckers. They just want me to go to court. Nah, I can't even. What the fuck is going on?
Hey, why? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm good.
This shit crazy as fuck, man. I have to watch my French, man. These motherfuckers on some other shit, dog. Just on some other shit. You're just not gonna be happy until that paperwork hits your ass, huh? Instagram. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Man, y'all have no idea, man. So
Hey, everybody.
what's going on, bro?
I feel like you finished the book, man.
Yeah, I finally completed it. It's on sale now. Ramification thinking. Finally done. And to be honest, it's probably, in my opinion, 100% better than the school. I mean, better than the Book of Secret Knowledge. This book was mainly. I had to keep in mind that it would be people that would be buying this book that would be looking to learn, and not as advanced as some of you are. So, you know, I had to explain a lot of things and keep it in layman's terms. But in ramification thinking, after we get past the ramification part, which is like a short 6 chapters, the chapters are really short, explained out. But once we get past that and start, you know, it's a pickup of where we left off here, but it's a little bit more advanced. So if you looking to learn some shit you ain't never heard before and all of that type of, it's in there. It's in there. Now, of course, it's not everything, because that, you know, that chapter would take like, you know, that would take like 12 books to get out like everything that's out here. But man, you have
Gotta get my.
yeah, you have no idea. Oh, and I wanted to tell y'all, man, and I hate saying this for everybody here, but for the School of Esoteric Knowledge, I couldn't give y'all a discount. Well, for the people that actually bought a book, I wanted to give you a discount. All right, the books is $50. All right, but for the people who supported and bought a book, if you go buy your book right now and you got like, what's today? Today is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You got probably, I'll extend it till Sunday. If you go buy your book now before Sunday, you'll get $10 off. All right. But after that, I got to put the book back up so I can get a profit. All right. But yeah, if you go buy now, you till Sunday, you'll get $10 off. But this is a really good book. It's I wish I could, you know, I have to wait to get my copies just like y'all. So, but what I'm looking for, I can't find on this motherfucker. And I apologize. Let me get this right real quick. We'll just do this. All right, we'll do that. Yeah, so yeah, I really like that book. I like Secret Book of Knowledge, but this ramification thinking, woo-wee, y'all gonna like that. Y'all gonna like that. I'm in an effort to try to get out a bunch of knowledge before the event happens, because ain't no telling where we're gonna go after that. So if y'all don't know what the event is that's about to happen, don't think they exposing aliens for nothing, y'all. We're not using ramification thinking. Get the book. It's available right now. Why would the government pick this time, this day, this age, this year to tell you finally aliens exist? Y'all think they got something to do with Donald Trump? Come on, man. Donald Trump is playing his part in the script just like everybody else. Just like the Obamas, the Clintons. Oh, wait, yeah, let me record.
The recording has started.
So, yeah, let me repeat that. But I'm trying to get all this knowledge out in these books and all of this because there's an event going to happen. An event is about to happen. All right? Ramification thinking. Go to my website, get the book. It's finally out. All right? If you order your book before Sunday, you'll get $10 off. Because after Sunday, it's going back up to $50. All right? Why do you think the system has decided to release the information on UFOs? UFOs have been here since the beginning of time, people. All right? The very fact that it's been suppressed, you should be, beginning in what, the 1940s? Well, it was suppressed when governments came in place. That's when the information was suppressed. Before governments got into place, this information was not suppressed, people. All right? The Hopi Indians, the Dogon tribe, these people passed down this knowledge from the sky people, the sky beings. They've been passing it down for thousands of years. So you really should be asking yourself, well, who, why, what, when, why, whatever, did it start getting suppressed? We can pinpoint exactly when it started getting suppressed. When you started having man-made religions. When religion stepped on the scene, that information started to get suppressed. Because they didn't want you to have any direct access or knowledge or anything about the sky people. They wanted you to come through the church so that the church could control the narrative. All right. So earlier today, I know they shadow banned my pages. You probably didn't see it. You're going to have to go to my page, the Rraw Report or Raw Therapy or Raw Talk specifically, and look at my videos. But I posted today, Pope Leo, the new Pope, he apologized officially for the church's role, for the Vatican's role in human slavery. Not just African slavery, and slavery all over the world, period. He apologized. Now, why would he apologize? Many of you don't even know that it was the church who instituted slavery in the world through the doctrine of discovery in the name of Christ. I'll repeat that. It is called the doctrine of discovery in the name of Christ. It's 3 papal decrees called bulls. All right, coming from the papacy. You know what the papacy is? The Vatican, the Pope. See, what y'all didn't know is the Pope wrote international law. Not your countries, not your government. The Pope did. The Pope wrote international law. Just like the United Nations write international law, the Pope wrote international law. Do you fucking understand? Please buy a badge. Give your boy some support. If you can't buy a badge, please go to Rraw Therapy and buy a badge or Cash App at what's my Cash App? The Rraw Report. Cash App me, or just go buy a book. All right. I gifts are okay, but I really like fair exchange because it ain't no robbery. So I'm gonna give you something tonight. Go buy a book. That's the gift that keeps giving, knowledge. Go buy a book. Go buy Ramification Thinking. Go buy The Secret Book of Knowledge. Go buy a book, and I'm giving you something, you giving me something. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. But tonight I'm gonna give you something a little extra on top. All right. The church, the Vatican, they wrote international law, in case you did not know this. All right. So what does that mean? The Vatican issued, in the 1600s, the Vatican issued 3 decrees. 3 of them, which together they call the doctrine of discovery. All right. With these 3 decrees, the church outlined basically a blueprint on how they were going to steal land. Number 1, steal land. Number 2, subjugate indigenous people, which means any people of color, turn them into slaves. All right. And I forget the third thing. Subjugate, steal land. And it was to force religion on the indigenous people. All right. So this gave by the Pope issuing this decree, all the so-called Christian nations went out and, went and took over non-Christian nations that was held by what they called indigenous people, but indigenous people are people of color. All right? Because they did not go up in China with this bullshit. Right? They did not. Let's be clear about something. They did not go into China with this bullshit. Where did they go? Australia to attack the Aborigines, which are black people. They went to Africa. All right. And they went to South America. And they went to the lands that are now known as the United States of America. All right. That's where they went. I don't know if Australia is a continent, but that's where they went. All right. And they did this in the name of Christ, Jesus Christ. This is why they did this. In the name of Jesus Christ. Okay. So this is when slavery of pretty much the world like really began. Well, let's just call it modern slavery, because slavery has been going on since the beginning of the time, thanks to the Anunnaki, where certain people think they're better than others and other people need to be enslaved. But this was the beginning of modern slavery. This is what the beginning of this is all why the churches, this is all why Pope Leo apologized. All right. This is why Leo apologized, because of these decrees, which the church have, he's apologizing, but they have not rescinded these doctrines. And what that means is these doctrines still operate today. This is why you can't own land, because of this doctrine that's still in place. All right. This is why you still can't own land, because of this doctrine. This is why they taxing the fuck out of it. All right. So it baffles me for these people who claim to be Christians and all of this. You only a Christian because the church forced it on you, on your people, on your area, on your country where you are native to. Which for the black American, your Christian slave master was only following the decree of the Pope and the church. That's why he forced the Bible on you. Of course, you had an edited Bible that highlighted the slavery parts, slaves be obedient to your master and all of this stuff. All right. But you want to know where this shit come from? Where the root of it is the church, the Vatican. That's why Pope Leo, a couple days ago, apologized. But see, an apology is one thing. Redaction of the decrees is another. He did not redact. King Mo said he see you, Raj, in the background, but why this mug ain't at class, right?
I don't know, man. What's going on?
Hey, what's
How's
up?
everybody?
All right. Why he ain't in class? Why you ain't in class, bro? You playing hooky. All right. You playing hooky. You should have learned a long time ago, man. That playing hooky don't lead nowhere but, out there in them streets, man. You gotta leave them streets alone, dog. All right, but so this is where we up today. Vatican Hall, the Vatican, the Pope, they was running international law. They the ones put that out. All right. That they had the right. The Vatican said we have the right. Not when I say we, I ain't talking about Vatican. He's saying in the 1600s, every Christian, which would be a white nation, had the absolute God-given right through Jesus Christ to go to every other people and enslave them and take their land and force them to be Christians. Because the church looked at it as, if you were not a Christian, you were an enemy of Jesus Christ. And that reasoning is why they came up with the doctrine of discovery. So this was forced on the world pretty much. This was for Christianity was forced on the world. In the name of Jesus. Fast forward a couple thousand years or whatever it's been, 1600s, yeah, no, not a couple thousand years, but fast forward 800 years or something like that. Now you got a bunch of niggas sitting up in church talking about they got a personal relationship with a being from a religion that was forced on you. So let me get this right. The entity that you pray to that come from the religion that was forced on your ancestors 800 something years ago now has a personal relationship with you. These niggas gonna make me choke. I ain't never heard nothing so stupid in my goddamn life. All right.
And it's behind the very same name that they killed that they didn't believe in the very beginning. They didn't believe Jesus at all, and they killed him. And then after that, they used his name to establish war and murder.
Right. True. True. I mean, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up.
And the key part about it, all throughout the Bible, I forgot how many times it was mentioned, but the word slave. So it was mentioned so many different times for one purpose, to embed in that memory frame that you're a slave.
Yeah.
See? Ephesians chapter 6, verse 5 says, and they read it just like this here. Servants, be obedient to them that are your master. Now, you see, I feed you every day and got food for you according to the flesh, with fear and trembling and sincereness in your heart, as unto Christ. Don't you pray to Christ every night before you go to bed? Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna go no further, but that's how they hit our ancestors, the ones that they enslaved. Now, when you hear this every night before you go to bed, that house nigga that came out there with the Bible and read it just like I said,
yeah.
Well, what you gonna do in your mind? So you think that slave master is your protector, and all along he fooling you with a book. So why would they give you the Holy Bible, a book that cannot help you? If they was gonna give, it can help you if you awaken up out of it, because like I say, there's hidden esoteric knowledge in here, but you must be awakened to receive it.
And you know, the like people, you know, online, you know, and I get it, man. Our black central, you know, our black brothers and sisters, you know, that be talking this BS though. Oh, the ancestors, you know, KRS-One. I made a video about him saying that bullshit. Oh, how lucky are we to have the ancestors? He said, I was mad, you know, Scott LaRock got killed, his brother, right? So he was like, you know, of course I was sad and everything, but, you know, as he progressed in time, he said, you know, I realized I was blessed to have an ancestor on the other side. All right. When I hear shit like that, I like to remind people of exactly who the fuck your ancestor is. First of all, let's take Scott LaRock. You know, and people gonna and miss me with this. Don't talk about the dead bullshit, because these niggas is dead for a reason. You out there in that streets, this nigga wasn't no motherfucking enlightened soul. You know what I'm saying? You rapping about the bullshit you was doing up in the Bronx. I mean, come on, man. All right. So how do this what gets me, right? People, there's good people and bad people in the world. Most people do both good and bad. But some people, like let's say King Von, for example, he was doing a lot of bad. Probably doing good towards his family, but he was out killing people. All right. Okay. So the weight of those actions, outweigh any of the good you ever did. All right, because you out here making it's ramifications to killing people. You leaving behind families that's devastated, and we don't even know if their loved ones deserve. I mean, if the person deserved that, this, that, and the other, right? But I say all that to say, look at our ancestors. Why do people think they were smart? If you take your ass back to a plantation in America in the 1700s or whatever, there's no smart motherfuckers on that plantation. You got a bunch of ignorant motherfuckers trying to survive. They ain't even, I mean, how many rebels, how many revolutionaries, how many thug niggas was actually even on the plantation? Because you had some plantations with hundreds of slaves and being ran by 20 motherfuckers. What the fuck is up with that? I mean, come on, man. Our ancestors was not smart. The smart ones jumped off the boat before it got to America. Them was some smart motherfuckers. The smart ones are the ones who fought back, got killed, lynched, body parts chopped off. Them was the smart ones. What was the other people doing while these people was smarting and was fighting and trying to run away and stuff like this? What was the other slave doing? Don't do that. Come back. Shh. You're gonna get us all fucked up when the master see this shit. Oh goddamn. We was doing some fucking Samuel Jackson shit in that movie The Django. That's what the fuck niggas was doing. So our ancestors miss me with this smart ancestor bullshit. All right. It's just not there. But for a motherfucker to claim Christianity in today's world, not knowing that what you actually believed in was forced on you, not even through slavery. It don't matter whether you black or white. It don't look. These are the three races that were subjugated to Christianity: black, white, Latino. All right. Ask yourself, why didn't the Vatican, why didn't the popes take that doctrine and go into Asia with that shit? China has kept religion out of its fucking, and China is a huge ass country. Ain't been no religion up there ever. Never, ever, ever have they had religion, ever. Their modern laws say if you get caught bringing the Bible in there, they're gonna do some. It used to be execute your ass. That's how serious they took it. So ask yourself a question: why didn't they take this up into China? They took it all over the world. They avoided China. And we talk, and let's be clear what we're talking about. We're talking about the Pope and them at that time was Portugal, Spain, over there. So they right on your continent. Why you ain't think to take it over into China? What was going on in China that made them niggas say, we not going in China, but we will go to Africa, Australia, South America, North America. We will go to all of those places, but we're not going to go in China.
You know what, Raw? It's because those places is where the Catholic Church has resided at.
Well, there's no Catholic Church in China, period. Ain't no religion in China.
I'm saying the word of Catholic has resided in those places, if you think about it.
I don't know, Ludwig. I don't think that's in China.
No, I'm saying
You talking about
places outside of China.
Oh.
Outside of China is where the Catholic word has came from. If you think
Right.
about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this is like Asian Minor,
Right, yeah.
is what you're talking. The Asian Minor, because that's where they translated throughout that particular area. But China ain't got no parts of that. They'll cut you up if you're talking about catch you with a Bible or anything of that, because they know what the sole purpose of it is. It's total indoctrination.
And it's, you know, you kind of look at that. That's kind of crazy. Like, if you look at that they done did an excellent job in keeping religion out of their mix, period. And now they number one, because I don't know, the United States ain't number one no more. China is number one.
Yeah, China's number one. They surpassed
Yeah,
the
China.
United States.
Yeah, China is the number one country.
Whoever has whoever has the, I'm gonna say right now, I look at heads up on artificial intelligence and technology over anything else.
I thought you was gonna say the
And
Ark of
that's
the
what they
Covenant.
are.
I thought you was gonna say the
Because-
Ark of the Covenant.
Who?
The Ark of the Covenant.
No.
I mean, they might have it. What you think? I mean, they don't believe in this shit, but what you think?
They don't believe in that. So the Chinese believe in dragons. Okay, so I would believe that. My thought is that the Chinese are down with the Leviathan. They probably know more about the Leviathan than we could ever find out.
Or the serpent race?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, just yesterday, I was searching for something online, man, and I came across a PDF, and I went ahead and purchased it, and it was titled "The 12 Sumerian Codes." Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it said, when the count is complete of 7,412,000,000, 3 events will mark the return. Now, when I say return, the return of who? The Anunnakis.
Right.
Remember, every 3,600 years, they come on the scene.
That's right.
Now,
Okay. Yeah.
okay, now, number 1, the darkening of the skies. Okay, number 2, a shaking of the foundations of the earth. Okay, then a descent. The waters will come down. They will move upon the population, separating the wheat from the chaff. Okay? Now, the population number was discovered, the one that I just read to you above was discovered in 24 BCE. Now think about that. How in the hell did they know that the population number would not reach that number until what? 2022. That's when the population reached that particular number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now it says this Sumerian tablet with this information is in the British Museum, and on the tablet is the code number 7.412 billion. That's the manifest number. Now, with all that being said, I'm in chapter 3, number 3 as far as where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna send it to you, Rraw.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you probably want to teach all of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to your email. Okay? Because
Yeah.
man, it's deep so far as what I found in it. Because whoever dissected this 12 Sumerian codes had to have read the 600-page Sumerian text. They had to.
Right.
And whoever read it, they dissected it. So that's what made me get it when they talked about the 12 Sumerian codes, because it has some deep knowledge into it. But like I say, I'll email it to you, and that way you'll have it. And when you get time, take a look at it. And I guarantee you'll be shocked as far as what's in it, because I know. I think you read the whole Sumerian text. I think I stopped at page 200.
Yeah, I got through it,
So I'm behind.
but it's it's a lot missing.
Uh-huh.
I got through it, but it's a lot. It's a lot missing. But you
Yeah.
know what? It's funny you brought that up because I just seen a post talking about a tablet called V. It's V something. It's in the British Museum too, but they don't talk about this tablet. And I don't really forgot like everything is it, but I believe I got it on my phone and we was gonna watch it. It's about maybe 20 minutes long. We're gonna watch it. We'll watch it today before we get into the 12th planet. But yeah, it's a couple of them tablets that just like that tablet you talking about, it talk about future events. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
That's gonna happen.
And that's what this is doing. Yeah.
And
It's talking about future events because basically it talks about the recess also, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, hang on, let me go back to my notes. The darkening of the skies, the shaking of the foundation of the earth. All of this has occurred before.
And look at this darkening of the sky though too. Bill Gates wants to block out the sun.
Right.
Who's gonna stop him from doing it?
Shit, nobody.
Exactly. So
They can stop him from using COVID and using Event 201 to set it up.
yeah.
They can stop him from that.
So
When you got the kind of money Bill Gates got, hey, it's all good. All you gotta do is just like they shuffle cards and shoot them out. All you gotta do is start shooting that money out the same way.
that's what
He's done that.
that's what I'm trying to explain to people. There's an event about to happen. It's gonna catch everybody off guard. It's gonna fuck your head up. There's an event about to happen, man. I'm telling you. All right. So.
Oh yeah, because they far behind.
Codes that predict exactly what happens next. And when the ancient Sumerians encoded the future in tablets 5,000 years ago, 12 of those codes have already.
We can hear it good. We can hear it good, Rob. Play it.
This is Genesis chain. Read this first. This book was not written to entertain you. It was written because the evidence exists, and almost nobody is connecting the dots. The 12 codes in this book are drawn from authentic Sumerian cuneiform tablets. Some are housed in the British Museum, some in Istanbul, some in the University of Pennsylvania's collection. All of them have been partially translated by mainstream scholars. None of them have been fully explained. The mainstream academic world has chosen to treat these tablets as mythology. Primitive people making up stories, poetic language describing spiritual experiences, metaphor, allegory, fiction.
I got this the
But
video I'm
the
talking
Sumerians,
about.
the most precisely documented civilization of the ancient world. They kept meticulous records of astronomical observations, trade transactions, legal proceedings, and military campaigns. They did not use imprecise language. When they described something, they described it with the accuracy of engineers. What you're about to read is not mythology. It is a transmission, a deliberate encoding of knowledge about cycles that repeat, events that return, and a timeline that is still unfolding. The 12 codes below have been decoded against the historical record, against modern astronomical data, and against the geological and geopolitical evidence we can see with our own eyes right now. You decide what it means, but read it first. The 12 codes. Code 1, the return cycle. They said they would come back at a specific interval. Code 2, the Great Flood sequence, and the next one they encoded in the same tablet. Code 3, the disappearing moon. What the Sumerians said happens when it goes dark. Code 4, the 7 kings before the flood, and the pattern that keeps repeating. Code 5, the celestial war, the planetary event they described with astronomical precision. Code 6, the genetic intervention, what the tablets say about how humans were modified. Code 7, the hidden continent, the landmass they described that we thought did not exist. Code 8, the year of silence, when the Anunnaki stopped communicating and why. Code 9, the population reset, the number they gave and what triggers it. Code 10, the underground cities, the locations they named and what modern surveys found. Code 11, the final king, the description of the last ruler before the cycle ends. Code 12, the date, the specific astronomical alignment, they said, marks the transition. Before the codes. Understanding how the Sumerians encoded the future. The first thing you need to understand is that the Sumerians did not think about time the way we do. We think of time as a line, a beginning, a middle, an end, progress, evolution, a march forward from primitive to advanced. The Sumerians thought about time as a wheel, cycles, patterns that repeat with mathematical precision across vast stretches of history. Their astronomical records, some of the most accurate pre-telescopic observations ever recorded, were kept not because they were curious about the stars, but because the stars told them when things were going to happen again. The Sumerian calendar was built on cycles within cycles. The Saros cycle for predicting eclipses. The great year, the 25,920-year precession of the equinoxes. The Shar, a unit of time representing 3,600 years. The orbital period they attributed to a specific celestial body they called Nibiru. These were not religious abstractions. They were engineering specifications for a calendar of recurring events. The tablets that contain what I'm calling the 12 codes were not all found in the same location or at the same time. They were excavated across multiple sites in ancient Mesopotamia between 1840 and 1930, translated piecemeal by different scholars over more than a century, and distributed across museum collections in 3 different countries. No single institution has all of them. No single scholar has studied all of them together. This fragmentation is not accidental. The British Museum's Sumerian collection alone contains over 130,000 tablets, and fewer than 30% have been fully translated. The University of Pennsylvania's collection contains tens of thousands more. The Istanbul Archaeological Museum holds duplicates and fragments that have never been cross-referenced against their counterparts in London or Philadelphia. When you put the relevant tablets together, when you read them as a unified document rather than isolated artifacts, a pattern emerges that mainstream scholarship has been either unwilling or unable to address directly. That pattern is what follows. All tablets referenced in this book carry catalog numbers from recognized museum collections. All translations are based on published scholarly work with additional comparative analysis of the original cuneiform. Where translations differ between scholars, both versions are noted. Code 1, the return cycle. They said they would come back at a specific interval. The tablet designated VAT 7847 in the Vorder Asiatisches Museum in Berlin contains a passage that Assyriologist Benno Landsberger translated in 1926 and then spent the next 40 years trying to explain away. The passage, in the most literal translation available, reads this way. When the great lords of heaven complete their circuit and return to the place of origin, the children of Ker shall emerge from the deep places, and the counting shall begin again from the first number. Landsberger and subsequent scholars interpreted the great lords of heaven as a poetic reference to the planets, a standard astronomical metaphor in Sumerian religious texts. The return to the place of origin was read as the planetary conjunction that marks the end of a great astronomical cycle. But there is a problem with this interpretation. The Sumerian word being translated as lords is Anunnaki, a term that appears over 1,400 times in the corpus of Sumerian literature and almost never functions as a simple metaphor. In virtually every other context,
Raj, how long is this?
are beings, specific beings with names,
You right now?
hierarchies,
How long is this?
and physical.
How long is that? How long is that?
I'm not sure. At least I know it's 30 pages.
Oh,
I do know that, but as far as the audio, I'm not sure how long it is.
okay. Well, it's starting to get technical. So,
Yeah, right.
which is the part
That's
that,
48 minutes. I just thought, yeah,
oh yeah.
48 minutes.
Yeah, it started out good, but it started to get technical, and that's where a lot of people lose it at as far as trying to
Right.
pay attention because, so the Sumerian texts, them people were very advanced. So,
Right.
and common sense say ancient man just didn't just spring up with this type of knowledge. They had to get it from
Right.
someplace. Somebody gave it to them. So, if you don't know that the Sumerian texts are a must read for one, number two, they are the basis of humanity. I mean, like, I don't know how else to say it. You don't have humanity without the Sumerian text. You don't have nothing. You live in a dome underwater. Ramification thinking. Why do I live in a dome underwater when there are planets out here? Question two, who created this dome for me to live in? Why did they put me in a dome and there are planets out here? So, the answer to these are in the book, Ramification Thinking, that's available right now. But the Sumerian text, it amazes me how some people think they know, how the world is ran and everything, and then you ask them, have you ever read the Sumerian text? And they be like, the what?
They don't have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
But when you reading these texts, you have to stop and figure out the lords. Who are the lords that they're talking about? And they're talking about Enki, Enlil, Anu, Nursag. Those are the 7 lords that they're talking about. See, whenever I study, I'm like, no, I don't know what the hell I'm missing. What is this? Let me figure this out. And I Google it. I find some type of encyclopedia to grasp what I'm trying to learn, because that's the only way you're going to comprehend it and be able to know what's going on in the text, because it's ancient history, but I believe every bit of it.
Exactly. I mean, that's how you should research anyway. You don't, but see, people that read, like, for example, read the Bible. A nigga say he read the whole goddamn chapter of Genesis or some chapter, and you'll be like, okay, well, summarize it for me. And a lot of people don't, you just read. Reading words and comprehending and understanding is not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, when I read this Bible, when I read the Quran, I read this 5 times. I read it with a dictionary. You got to read these books with a dictionary. And I read it before you could Google it. So it took a while, because there's no, if you read a paragraph and there's 7 words in that paragraph that you don't understand, and you just skip over it, come on, man. You don't know what the fuck you just read. So you have to read these. This book ain't no different than the Sumerian text or the Book of Enoch or any other book. You got to read it and you got to comprehend what you reading. You can't just, that's join the school of esoteric knowledge. That's what we do. We read books. I'm not skipping over paragraphs or shit saying, I don't know what that means, let's keep going. We actually stop and look shit up so that we understand what the fuck what we reading. You can't just, you can't fake it when you're trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's here trying to learn something. Everybody has a brain. We brainstorming. This is just a beautiful thing. A group of people getting together trying to learn, as opposed to you niggas sitting at home thinking you're going to figure it out on your own. How's that working out for you? How's that working out for you? Because I'm going to be honest with you. I did 14 in the joint, and I was able to focus. I wouldn't have been able to do half of the shit I do out here in the real world. How you gonna focus? Phone ringing, kids coming up to you, your broad wants some dangling. I mean, you gotta go to work. I mean, eat. Man, come on, man. You can't do it. You cannot do it. and you damn sure can't do a good job at it. But here, for a few hours a week, this group of people, we get together, man, and this is just what we on. We set aside a few hours and we focus, we concentrate, you know. I might miss something, they catch it. They may miss something, I catch it. I mean, it's a good thing, all right? Maybe it's good all y'all niggas is at home. Maybe you don't belong in something like this, because this ain't for no any type of motherfucker. I can tell you that. So if you are any type motherfucker, don't come up in here with that. All right? We'll get you out of here. But anyway, so I just found that real interesting that the Pope did that. But going back to these codes that Raj got, I'm telling y'all, there is an event coming. All right? There is an event coming, and it's going to fuck y'all head up. And a lot of y'all at that particular time, you're going to be trying to knock my door down and say, man, I want to get the Soul Trap session. I want to get the Soul Trap session. Can you lower the price? Sorry, buddy. Kept it down to $100 for as long as I could. I keep telling y'all, knowledge don't wait for you to wake up and recognize knowledge. All right? So I can't wait for you to wake up while you out here fucking, sucking, drinking, smoking, working, doing all that dumb shit. All right. At some point, man, you have to take responsibility for you. All right. Oh, I wanted to mention this. So if you have bought the Soul Trap session, you and you only will be specially invited to a special conference on the last Sunday in June, which I forget, right? But I'm gonna send you an email. We're gonna have a Soul Trap conference just for Soul Trap session members. All right, tickets gonna be cheap, and this is going to be a live updated session with all the stuff I keep saying. Oh, I want to put in an update. I'm giving y'all all this new information. We're gonna get that video out of Sananda. I got some more videos that's gonna like blow your head back. We having a Soul Trap really is like a party, really, because it's just for Soul Trap people. All right. Some of y'all gonna be wanting to get in that. If you ain't got the Soul Trap session, you can't come. You will not be able to attend this conference. All right. And since more people have gotten the Soul Trap than what my platform allows, I would suggest when it come up for sale, I would suggest you be the first to get yours, because it's going to be capped at a certain number, and then I'll have to do another one, the following month to get everybody in. All right, but this is going to be a conference for people that's got the Soul Trap, so you're not going to want to miss this conference. All right, you're not going to want to miss it. All right. We're going to have not live testimony, but we're going to have testimony from people who have died. We're going to have a lot of near-death experiences in there. We're going to have a lot of children who remember their past lives in there. Some of this stuff, man, you're going to hear, it's going to really blow your brains out, to be honest with you. All right? Because some of it is, now that we're going into month 8 of the School of Esoteric Knowledge. We got a lot of books up under our belt. Some of this stuff makes even much more sense than it probably ever made before. All right, and I just want to get that. I want to get y'all that information, because I'm doing an information dump. If people don't understand what I'm doing an information dump. I'm putting out books. We're gonna have another 3 books coming out in June. I'm emptying everything I know. The Soul Trap, that's why we're doing this conference. It's going to be a great opportunity to dump the rest of this on the Soul Trap out, the passwords, all of this shit. I'm dumping information, and it's for the people who understand what's about to happen. All right? What you going to do when they shut the fucking internet off? What you gonna do? What kills me is niggas think shit ain't gonna change. What you gonna do when they shut the fucking internet off? Then guess what you gonna wish you got? A book with some goddamn knowledge in it. Because now other people are gonna want to listen to what you got to say who didn't want to listen before. It ain't just food you need to stock up on, fam. The world is about to change as you know it. And information like this, they gonna get rid of this shit. This is why ain't none of my books. You can only get my books on my webpage. This ISBN number, this is not registered. So nobody can track this and come and get it. You know how Sinbad told you they came and got every goddamn Shazam tape, VCR tape out of everybody's house? That's because they got a record of you buying it. This is how they track books with an ISBN number. This is just on this book. This is not live. It's not registered. It's just back here in case I ever decided I wanted to register it. I'm not. So these can be safely hid up under your mattress when the Gestapo come in and try to take all books of knowledge and esoteric stuff like that, because eventually they're going to kill all of us and there'll be a new people come in and they don't want them to find no shit like this. That's what's about to happen. The world ain't about to end. It's just you niggas is about to leave. This is not about to end. You about to end. That's what's about to end. This ain't going nowhere. You getting the fuck on up out of here. Like they say, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the fuck on up out of here. That's what the fuck is about to happen with this. The same thing that happened before with Noah. You think they flooded the world out and didn't try to erase the knowledge of before? You think this is their first time doing this? It's not. It's not. All right. Anybody got anything interesting happen to anybody this week? Anything crazy?
Man, you wouldn't believe what I experienced this week.
Tell us, bro.
Shit scared me so bad. I never experienced nothing like this. So the other day, me and my wife went to the grocery store, and so we walked in the store, and I pushed the shopping cart like I always do. So we went down the aisle, and there was a white lady. She was probably about, I'm 6 feet tall. She was probably about 6'3", 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
And she had on the red dress, and I mean, it was fitting her really good. I mean, she was looking nice. I can't lie, my wife saw her. And she looked like she was probably about, maybe in her 30s or 40s. Mm-hmm. She had a short hair, like some blonde highlights. So anyway, the weird part was, as we was approaching her, she was staring. She was staring at me so hard that my wife was like, what the hell is she looking at? So when she walked by, she kind of smirked, and I'm like, what the hell is that about? So anyway, so we went on, kept on shopping, and we finally made our way to the front, to the checkout line. So as we coming down the aisle, I had my head down. I must have been in my phone or something. My wife said, Bernard, look. And I said, what is it? She said, look. So I looked up, and there was this lady coming in. But the weirdest shit, Raw, I never experienced like this, not like this in 51 years. When she went, and now my wife, I'm still trying to get her on board to where we are now. And she slowly came around. So as she's approaching us, and I'm so glad my wife was there, because man, had I been by myself, somebody probably thought I was either lying or crazy. Right. As she's approaching us, my wife is screaming, Bernard, look. And my wife, I'm not too scared. My wife is very scared. So when I looked at her this time, man, this shit making my hair stand up right now. This lady, when she came up on me the second time, she was locked in. She gave me like a death stare. But this time, it was different. Her face, when we first saw her, she looked like she was probably about 30 years old. But the second go around, we passed her, her eye sockets were totally black. They were black, and her face looked like she was about 70 years old. She had wrinkles in her face. But that ain't the bad part. The part that made my wife run out the damn store is her eyes. I don't know what the hell her eyes did, but it's like one eye went higher than the other one. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm looking around like, do anybody else see this shit?
Right.
So I'm looking around, it's like people just walking, going about that business. It's like me and my wife was the only one that saw this shit. And that shit freaked me out. So when I look back, when she passed and we look back, she had this fucking knot on her back about the size of a football. I said, what the fuck is this shit, man? And she kind of went on by her business. She got around the corner to get to the last aisle. She kind of looked back at us, man. Look, we paid for our shit. We left. So we got home. My wife like, Bernard, what the hell was that? I said, I don't know. I said, the only thing I can think of was some kind of damn shapeshifter or something. I said, I don't know. I said, I never spent like that, but this shit was weird. And she went from 30 years old looking like she was fucking 70 years old. And we saw it in broad open daylight in the damn grocery store.
That's some crazy ass shit, bro. I believe you. I know you ain't lying. This gonna sound crazy, right? But fuck it, niggas already think I'm crazy, right? But these motherfuckers know. Look, I keep trying to explain something to y'all, and when I say y'all, I'm talking about the School of Esoteric Knowledge class members. Your asses are now officially on the map, the same as me. And it is going to be some crazy shit happening in your life because this is, you are, they afraid of people with knowledge. Put it to you like that. They are afraid of people with knowledge. You can't be controlled. We are a threat. We are a serious threat to them who have, by illusion and lies and deceit, have managed to enslave the whole goddamn population. So now you got about 50 motherfuckers over here who see through the illusion, who now can actually see, and they don't have no problem showing you the real. They ain't got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna share something with y'all. They are. So I've been able to make a modest income and pay my bills from doing this, what I do for the past 5 years. All right. The last couple of months, shutting me straight the fuck down. Like all the way down. Like about to be homeless type of shit. That type of shit. And just in the last few weeks. All right. Like nothing. Like website is affected. Nothing is going on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at this shit because it's never happened before. And so I'm like, damn, y'all, you know, you know how I did the conference with the spirit rod? These niggas don't talk. They don't talk to me no more. So, you know, I knew what that was. I knew what that signal when I tried to talk to them and they wasn't talking to me. I said, oh, some bullshit is about to go down. So I'm in the bullshit phase of it going down. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I understand. Like I told these niggas, I get it. I bow down. This y'all world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. There's nothing I can do. Y'all run this bitch. They run this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And I get that. You know, Not if I want, if any of us want anything from this fake world, you got to play their game. And you got to play it by their rules. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just like, you know, the people that's in the so-called Illuminati, you know, the celebrities, and, you know, like, for example, Cat Williams. You know, when Cat Williams first came out, he was going against the Illuminati. He said they were slapping him upside the head, and we saw the evidence of that, going to jail, being arrested all those times, this, that, and the other. But at some point, Cat Williams made a deal. He made a deal. And when I went to see him when he was here in Memphis a couple years ago, all over the stage, pyramids. I said, this nigga done made a deal. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, and Cat Williams know about the Anunnaki, all this shit, but he probably came to the realization, same as I, if you gonna do anything in this world, you gonna do it by their rules, because they run this bitch. Unless you comfortable with sleeping on the streets. And I'm not that comfortable yet. But I ain't made no deals. But the only deal I made with these niggas is I acknowledge that this is your world and I'm just a squirrel. All right. Lift the sanctions, man. Lift the sanctions. All right. Y'all got me under sanctions like fucking Cuba. Lift the goddamn sanctions. You know what I'm saying? Because it's their world, man. It's their world. But we, you know, I don't think nobody in the class want to go backwards, though. But you do understand going forward, shit like what happened to Aaron and shit that's happening to me, shit that be going on with Chevy sometimes, man, they gonna come at us, man. They gonna come at us.
You know, I've been thinking about it a lot recently with the experience that I had and how you were saying about the dreams and whatnot.
Yeah.
When I was thinking about it, I think one of the
Aaron, before you proceed, remind us again what you experienced, because I lightweight forgot.
Yeah, no worries.
But I know it was some heavy shit.
Yeah, down and dirty of it. I was in my room about to play a video, my office about to play a video game with my little brother. I felt like something punched me in the back of the head. So like I got super lightheaded, my vision kind of went in and out. So I went to go lay down in my room. As I went to go lay down in the room, like I just remember looking at my wife saying, hey, like, has my little brother texted me? Because like I'm just feeling off right now. I just need to lay down. So as I was laying down, I was looking at the TV, everything in the room except the TV was completely pitch black. And these beings in the TV were just like, hey, I just baby. And that was a soul that got reincarnated. Reincarnation is great. You should do it. That happened for what seemed like an eternity. Next thing that happened, I didn't acknowledge it. I looked up into the corner of my room. There was like this black portal, like with the colors I can't even describe, that were on the spectrum of what we can see. And I was like, that's weird. I went to look back at the TV. The same beings that were in the TV talking about reincarnation just staring at me, like with a weird smile on their face. I got up to go to the bathroom. I came back down, and you guys seen like in the movies whenever they take those like last breath and just like that, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of like I remember that happened a couple times, or the kicking foot.
Yeah.
Sorry, like that happened, and then as I was laying down for one of the times, I remember myself, something's going on. This feels a little off. And then there was these beings that were just like speaking into my head that were trying to convince me creation wants you to reincarnate out here. You know, creation technically, since you are connected with everything, you are part of the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki are part of you. Everything is one. And so technically, you created this three-dimensional prison since you're connected to them. So you are choosing to reincarnate here, which, you know, that's what creation wants to do. No, creation wants us to reincarnate, but not on a prison planet where you're wiping out memory.
Right.
Let me alone. Then, so I got up, went to the bathroom again, I came, laid back down, looking at the TV, same thing, the beings were just staring at me, just mentioned reincarnation again. I didn't think anything of it, breathed out all my air. So from there, I remember thinking, oh, something might be going on, because like I felt this pressure, like this anger that was just trying to engulf me. And I said, I think it's time to do the stuff from the soul trap. I'm not going to go over that because I think you're still live on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep. So I won't say anything about that. But yeah, the crazy thing for me was just that whole experience, just thinking on it. The dreams, 100%, you got that nailed. Like you got to recognize when you're dreaming, and you got to recognize when they have you in a dream inside of a dream. Because it was so smooth, the transition from being live to the near death to what it is. I've been racking my brain on this one. They tried to make it seem like I was just going about my business with me looking at the TV, like we had talked about the last time we had mentioned it. I think if I would have said like, yeah, sure, like I thought it, or if I would have said, yeah, let me go into the TV because they're like trying to invite me, dude, I wouldn't be here right now.
I believe you. I'd be wondering
Yeah,
that.
guess what?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Travis.
It was done. The colors you seen, them spending colors you can't describe. When you said that shit gave me chills. It brought me, it jarred some shit. So I know exactly what you're talking about. That was an abduction.
Yep.
What's the colors? Explain the colors, Travis.
And it's hard to explain the colors. Like I ain't never seen like a pink, burgundy, purple, all swirled into one.
Dude. Yeah.
And I've seen, you know, in the near-death experiences, the people say they experience the colors they not colors that's down here. They colors they ain't never ever seen before, ever.
Nobody you only can say the color that you could think to come close for me to explain what they would be to us. And when I said that swirl, you heard what Aaron said. Well, I say they was dumb. That's exactly the colors I seen right across from my house when they abducted us off the goddamn porch.
Okay. Yeah. They were trying to snatch us up, dude.
Whew, man.
The actual, what was supposed to be. What we see, 0.00 something.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's a good fucking point, Steve.
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
That's why when they bring, that's why we can't describe them colors because we haven't seen them. Because we can't see that spectrum.
Steve, what's wrong with your phone?
If you're cutting in and out, like we hear you and then it goes silent, and then we hear you again, it goes silent.
Probably need to get closer, a little closer, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that was something I definitely wanted to reshare again, like the dream lights.
And just to also let y'all know, look, I've told people this before. In the 50s and the 60s and stuff, they was abducting people physically. They have advanced from that now. They now abduct souls. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason you can see those colors is because you're not in your body. If you was in your body, the restrictions, like Steve said, you can only see 0.0035%. You wouldn't be able to see those colors. So they abducting you outside of your body being abducted. And when you outside of your body, anytime your soul is outside of your body, you have to be heavily monitored.
Well, they're messing with you, man. Like your stuff's going in and out.
I know. I just seen my other thing. So look at this shit.
Yep.
So yeah, they here. Somebody's here trying to fuck with me. All right. Kiss my ass.
Yep. It's like every time we talk about this, you know what I'm saying?
Because this is the deepest part that they don't want. See, they don't want people to know about this shit. And they hate I figured this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, when you outside your body, you gotta be heavily guarded because you can escape. So the next time you have a dream like that, try to run into outer space. You know what I'm saying? They
That's what we putting all these goddamn dots together.
yeah, that's what they, yeah.
That was definitely, this was when the Raw were still working for you. Because I asked, like, hey, did I have a near-death experience? And then 100% they said yes. So that makes sense with what you were saying as well, Chef, about how they were trying to pick my soul up.
Yeah.
But then I didn't work with them at all. And I was like, no, I got the knowledge. I ain't working with you guys. You guys are pretty much get effed, you know what I'm saying?
They hate we figure this shit out, man. They do. These motherfuckers, if they would show their faces right now, these motherfuckers look like the Three Stooges or some shit. Like they really hate that we even doing this. They hate that, you know, so like this is, ain't nobody doing something like this. This is in effect a think tank focused on them. And they hate that. Because ain't nobody else doing that. Who's doing this? This is the most any other people are doing. They read in ancient texts. By themselves. Right? But we read in ancient texts with 50 motherfuckers up in here trying to figure some shit out. They don't like that. So I was laying in my bed the other night and I was like, damn, these niggas really fucking with my money. They try to put me on the streets. They try to stop me, right? So I said, okay, this must have, matter of fact, I said I was going to ask the Thousand Rods, where they at? I want to see if they going to answer this question for me. I want to ask them, has this reached the top levels of heaven? What we doing here? Are they aware, is whoever the God is, which is Sananda, are they now aware of the fact that we doing this? Where's the goddamn rods at? Oh, okay.
I would say if they weren't aware before, they're probably aware now. It's like, oh shit, someone almost escaped. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I ain't talked to these niggas in a minute, so this will be interesting to see if they even want to talk to me. All right. Take a deep breath. All righty. If you're going to speak to me, we know that crossing like this is a yes, and a visual opening like that is a no. All right. So first of all, I want to say to you guys, let's just keep it real. And I've just got a question. Is anybody willing to speak to me? Is anybody willing to speak to me on the spiritual side? Yes or no? And that's a yes? Okay. So this is another thing. So the last time I tried to talk to y'all was taking like 4 and 5 minutes to answer. I'm not about to sit around here for no 4 and 5 minutes. So if you want to talk, move these rods. If you don't want to talk, then don't move the rods. All right? I'll be respectful if you be respectful of my time. Are we good on that? We good on that? Yes? Yes. All right. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for indulging me. So I want to ask a question first of all about myself, since I ain't talked to y'all in so long. Is somebody actively trying to restrict me from making money to try to put me on the streets, to try to make me homeless? Is somebody doing that? Yes. All right. Okay. So let me ask you this. So basically, we throwing karma out the window then. When it comes to me then, you done thrown karma. Karma has been thrown out the window. Because I'm doing good in the world, and yet the bad is just coming and coming and coming. So they done threw karma out the window when it comes to me? Yes. All right. Okay, so it ain't about fair, ain't no more rules. It's just fuck me over at all costs. Is that what's going on? Is that the edit? Is that the edit? Fuck the Raw Report over at all costs. You saying no? Okay, so let me ask you this. What we doing here in class, you know, this class and what we do here, is this being noticed by the higher ranks in the heavens above? Is what we do in class here being noticed by the higher ranks of heaven, let's just say? You saying yes? All right. And so, thank you for answering that. So let me ask you this then. Since this is being noticed by the higher ranks of heaven, are they pleased? Well, let me ask you a reverse of that. Are they displeased about it? Are they displeased about what we're doing in this class? Yes or no? Saying you're moving slightly, so you're saying sorta? Sorta? All right. Okay, so sorta, yes. They displeased. So let me ask you this then, Spirit Rods. I appreciate that answer. Let me ask you this. So they basically want people to remain ignorant. Is that what they want? They want us to be ignorant? Okay, so they definitely didn't know like this class. So let me ask you this then. So Aaron had an encounter. You heard Aaron's encounter of seeing a woman shapeshift in the store. Did she recognize him from, like, is this some type of, is there something on us here in the School of Esoteric Knowledge that they can see? Like, is it our aura that's shining brighter, our light, the light of our soul? Is it something like that that alerts these other entities that we have gnosis or knowledge and stuff like that? Yes, sorta. All right. So let me ask you this then. So we know the human body is turned off. Like, everything on the human body is turned off. Eyesight, thinking, brain. You can only use. Can we start from a neutral position? Thank you. So the human body is turned off. We can only use 10% of our brain. 97% of our DNA is turned off. You can only hear less than a percentage. You can only see less than a percentage. So does obtaining the type of knowledge that we are obtaining here? Hold on a second. You see these motherfuckers shut the lives off? Oh man, this shit is deep, man. They shut the lives off.
I think I saw a glitch in the matrix Saturday night.
Tell us about it in 1 second. All right, so I just want to know this. Is there something, and I'm kind of pinpointing it to knowledge, because that's what we're doing here, getting knowledge. So does getting knowledge make us visible to, like, these shapeshifters? And, like, can they, like, how was, all right, so let me, so with Aaron, what happened to Aaron? Black Aaron, because we got, so what happened to Black Aaron when he saw the shapeshifter in the store? Did they choose him to do that because they know he's not ignorant? Or is it, does I don't even know how to ask the question, but does gaining knowledge, like, are these other entities who don't have no restrictions and limitations on their bodies, they can see other people who are enlightened, let's just call it that. I'm not gonna say it. Yes, with the quickness. All right, thanks for answering my questions. I appreciate it. But I done learned all I need to know, which is already what I already knew. So there's no need for them to go after your grandmother or your mother or somebody like that, right? They stuck in the matrix. But for us who dare to think, for us who dare to challenge, they focused on us. They focused on us.
So wrong. So in other words, these motherfuckers recognize us no matter where we go.
Probably, and it's probably, you know, those beings don't, you know, when they in their true habitat, whether it's a reptilian or whatever, they don't use language like physical verbal language. They speak mentally, telepathically, and you could probably almost be assured that they have a hive mentality with their whole people, because even like when your soul leaves this body, we have a hive mentality with the source of creation. Once we can escape where we from, not where we from, but where we at, you know, there's an electrical grid here. It's not just to keep souls in, it's also blocking interference from you being able to connect with source, because we are a part of source. You see what I'm saying? So but for them, you know, just for example, like, give you an analogy. The Sumerians, oldest civilization on the planet. Where did they learn it from? Somebody taught it to them. The Anunnaki. Where did the Anunnaki learn that from? Somebody taught it to them. And somebody taught it to them and taught it to them until you got to reach the beginning. Who taught the very first ones? All that stuff kind of go back to source. You know what I'm saying? Because source is the only thing that knows. Souls that leave source know what source knows. But, you know, when you trace going back to the beginning, everything comes from source. This is you know, when you take into account what Jesus said, that source, that creation slumbers, goes into a deep sleep, and nothing exists except, you know, well, nothing exists, you know, but creation has done this who knows how many times before. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I don't know how I would have reacted in that situation. I mean, I don't know what the fuck I would have did. You know, I don't know. That's a hard one to even think about. Like, you seeing somebody shapeshift up, you know, and I don't know what I would have did. Shit. I've seen reptilians, but it was like in a dream state. You know what I'm saying? And I know I done seen some in real life, but they just do weird shit. Like that one, well, I don't know what he was. He could have been reptilian or a Pleiadian or Nordic, but he just did his head like this and was just like looking at me something like this. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? But to see somebody like, to see that, with, especially what would have got me probably, I would have lost it, is the black eyes. I would have lost it. I'd have been like, you see this bitch?
Well,
Look at this bitch right here. Hey, go ahead though.
the black eye only that got me, man. What got me is when the eye like disfigured. One eye went higher than the other one. It was like some shit, like some sci-fi shit. And I'm like, what the hell is this, man?
You probably was seeing her real eye placement or some shit. If it was a reptilian, because their eyes sit further back and up, depending on what their head looked like. But that's some crazy shit, bro. Both of y'all, you and Aaron, both of the Aarons, y'all targeted. They targeted you.
Don't say that shit. Don't say that. Please don't say that.
You better tell your wife she better get on board.
But I damn so sensitive.
'Cause, you better tell your wife she better get on board, because they're gonna be coming at her. They're gonna be coming at her.
Listen, so I ain't mean to cut you off, bro. You remember when I first started following you back here last year, I think it's September when I joined your first class.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw what I now know what I consider the tall grades. I experienced them twice before I knew who they were.
Damn.
And both times that I seen them, they came at my wife. And in fact, the first night I saw them, my son was in the living room that night watching TV, and he saw the same thing walking my room that night. And I'm talking about when I seen them both times, this wasn't a dream. I was laying in the bed actually awake, and I saw them. And both times they came to my wife, and I looked over beside the bed, and he was kneeled down beside her. He's at least 7 feet tall. He kneeled down beside her. I'm like, what the hell? So when he saw me, he went out my window. So I'm like, shit, was I fucking dreaming? I didn't know what I was dreaming. I was wide awake. So that was the first encounter. The second encounter, he kicked my door in with my bedroom door in. I thought my oldest son playing. He kicked my bedroom door in, and my wife was laying in bed asleep. So when he kicked it in, I saw him and I'm like, what the fuck? So when I saw him, I immediately went to like it's like I was paralyzed.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't move, but I wanted to just look at it. And he went and jumped on my wife and just laid on her leg. He just lay there. And all I could do was say, Lord have mercy. I just kept saying in my head, I'm like, what the hell? So by that time when I said that, he jumped up and ran through the bathroom and ran in my closet. So I jumped up. When he left, I immediately was able to move. So I jumped up and I grabbed him. I said, hey, you okay? You okay? She was like, yeah, what's wrong? I'm like, man, some weird shit happened again. So long story short, the next morning, she woke up. She was complaining about her leg was hurting really bad. It was her left leg, and that's the leg that he laid on. I'm like, you're not gonna believe this shit. So I told her, and she was like, what the hell is going on? I said, I don't know, but both times I've seen him, he was at you in your sleep, so I don't know what the hell's going on, So it's just been a lot of weird shit going on in my marriage, and sometimes I feel like, shit is different with her. She don't act the same. It would take me all day to explain to you how shit has changed since I've been in this class with her. And we've been together 36 years, and she's totally different.
Yeah, man. You need to go back and because you got a little bit of knowledge under your belt now. You can start explaining to her like what's going on, but she need to come to class. Let her come to class and ask questions. We can ask questions, and because she needs to understand, and then hearing other people's stories, she can know that for one, you ain't crazy, and what's happening to you is not like an isolated event. That's another reason I be trying to encourage people to come to these classes and to these conferences, so that because this ain't just, it's a lot of y'all that this shit is happening and people are wanting, they don't want to address it and stuff like that. That's the wrong thing. That's why they do it in secrecy. They hope you keep it in secrecy. Putting that shit out on the table in the public and all of that shit, that's what give you power over it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a child molester. A child molester wants the kid to be quiet so he can continue to control the kid. The minute the kid speak out, it's over with. So I'm glad y'all.
And that's the thing, bro. That's the thing, bro. I talked to her about how you let her listen to some of the previous recorded classes, and it's just like she puts a wall up with it. Before, man, it was like she was always on board to whatever I was doing. It was like tonight, when time I logged in, and she saw it, she was like, all right, I'm going. I'm like, you want to stay around? She just closed the door. It's like, but I would say, when the thought of talking about death and dying and all this kind of stuff, it freaks her hell out. It freaks her out, man. She's very, she's a scary type person with stuff like that. So I think it spooks her more than anything. I've been trying to get her, man. Here's the
reasoning angle you're gonna have to approach her with. I know you scared, and you only scared because you don't know anything about it. But imagine how scared you're gonna be when it's your time, and you still don't know nothing about it. So this brother done some research for 30 years. He can tell you a lot, and you can tell her shit. Once you face that, because I don't think you're afraid of death anymore, are you, Aaron?
Oh, not at all.
Yeah, I don't think nobody that's got the soul trap session is afraid of death anymore because you got a plan. You know what to expect. You know what to do. The people that's afraid of death and want to dodge that, they have no clue. And see, even though they've been going with this whole God gonna save me and Jesus gonna save me, that still don't tell you what the fuck is about to happen. And that ain't nothing but a hope and a prayer. So that's why people be afraid of death. You know, and I'm gonna start mentioning that in videos. If you so fucking confident that Jesus gonna save you, why are you afraid of death? I mean, it actually even say that in the Quran where Allah says something. I forget the quote, but he says something and said, you know, seek death then. It was a raw ass saying, which is why I remember it, because he said if you believe something, blah, 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 he said, well, seek death then. He said, seek death. You know, which people could turn around and say, well, if you think the soul trap session is real, why don't you seek death? All right. I know it's real, but I don't know if I learned everything. So that's why I keep researching. And here's the other thing. These motherfuckers got the benefit of invisibility. The archons and the whole spiritual system, they got the benefit of visibility. So if we would be stupid to think that they done heard our plan, because we can't hide it. We can't even keep it in our brain because they can read your mind. So we can't hide our plan. And they can adjust their plan every time we think we, you know what I'm saying, learning something new or boo boo boo. They can adjust. So they do got the upper hand on us. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I try to keep shit simple and to the core. All right? Because the core cannot be changed. We are souls that come from the source of creation. They can't do nothing with that. So only thing that they can do is up the ante as far as like what the other Aaron was saying, what Shevis was saying, and that is they make they're getting more intense and more colorful, more extravagant with the way they plan with us in our dreams and stuff like this. All right. And it's to mix truth with falsehood because, you know, let's just say they show you the truth in your dreams and they keep showing you the truth, but every time it's something off and it's something off, it's a form of conditioning. You know what I'm saying? And then you die and then boom, here they come with the same thing they were showing you in your dreams. That might actually be the way out, but you might be, you know, because they played it on you so much, you might be like, every time in my dream when I went through there, that motherfucker led me to some other place, and you're like, I ain't going there. You see what I'm saying? So these motherfuckers are slick. It's slick. But yeah, that would be the angle I would go with her. Is, you know, it's far better to go in there with some. It's far better to go in depth with some knowledge than to go in there not knowing a goddamn thing. So
that's what I try to tell them. And also, my brother and my two sisters, I try to tell them the same thing. They no longer really speak to me anymore. So, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know,
I think I'm off my rockers, man, but I ain't Christian no more.
You know, but here go the thing, right? But they don't know nothing about Christianity. But here go the thing, right? When the event happened, a lot of these people are going to question what they believe because, you know, they right now, you know, the releasing of the UFO files should be making people do that now. Should be making people really start thinking about what they were told, you know, and questioning shit. But it's not. So this is their warning. And since this is their warning, when some real shit go down, which it's coming, then everybody gonna be scrambling. But it's gonna be a scramble where it's gonna be like too late. It's gonna be like too late for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand that. It's gonna be too late. Man, I don't understand. Niggas act like the people that run this world, you act like they don't know what they're doing. That's what I don't get. They act like they really don't know what they're doing. They act like they ain't never done this before. You know, so hey, you know, don't feel bad about your brother and sister, dog. They souls having a human experience just like you. They turn down your offer of help. They'll end up on another planet, in another prison, with their memories wiped clean, oblivious to this shit.
I'm good. I'm good, bro. I moved past that, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
Don't phase that out.
Because, you know, they about to thin this motherfucker out right
I got
here.
a question to ask about it. Is Elizabeth close that you was talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I don't figure out? When you say a lot of times we can't see them, it's just like when you get on the airplane, that little pinching in your ear is on a real small scale.
Mm-hmm.
And the sound always changes in my ear. That's when I always realize when they hear.
Yeah, me too. I get that too. It's like a, you know, it's like a, you know, and then you feel the whole room change. Like, it's, you know, like you said, it's like kind of like on an airplane, you know, when you're going up, you get levels to the, you know, that's changing in your ear.
Exactly.
And it'd be like, theirs is like on like the smallest level though. You know what I'm saying? Because you only hear it slightly, but you could feel it. Like, if you're watching TV or something or playing a game, you might not feel it. You know what I'm saying? But if you just like, when I'm writing, I hear these niggas, they be popping in and out of this bitch. I'm not bullshitting. When I ain't got nothing going on in the background and I'm just writing or something, yeah, they be coming. They be coming. They come and they go. You know what I'm saying? And what I learned from the spirit rods from the conference, and now we got your spirits change. The people that's around, the entities that surround you, the spirits that surround you, they change. They not the same. We so naive to, you know, and I say we, I'm talking about everybody that do this shit. They so naive to think that, oh, my spirit guide. And then the spirit guide will say, I've been watching you all your life. But he don't, what he's really saying is, you have been watched all your life. Not I personally, because they work in shifts. But they share information, just like that little girl that died. And this is going to be in the Soul Trap conference. The little girl that died and went up to heaven and saw Sananda, and the Holy Ghost spirit came next to her, and her spirit guides told the Holy Ghost, stay back because she can hear you. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, if you come close to her, she'll know everything you know. So stay back. And the Holy Ghost spirit was like, what's she doing up here in the first place? And they was like, we don't know. We trying to find out. They was like, well, take her over there. That's some real shit. That ain't no, you know what I'm saying? That's.
Hey, Rraw.
Yeah.
I sent you a video sometime today in regards to a 4-year-old girl telling her mother that she'd been here before. Well, in school, we sat in some cardboard desks, and she talked about.
I just posted that video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just out when I saw that.
But you know what? I haven't looked at your video.
What? But that's the same. There's a little girl.
But that's what I just posted.
4 years old.
Yesterday.
Okay, that's the video then.
I posted it yesterday.
Okay,
well, yeah, because I posted the Pope today. So look, ain't that crazy? Because I didn't even open your video.
Yeah.
But I posted that video of the girl talking about the cardboard and the tater tots. Yeah.
Right. And the tater tots, they taste like sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I posted that video.
Tater tots when it came out, you know. I went to school in the 60s, you know, so
right.
I remember when all that stuff came out. Orion.
Orion, yeah. And see, here go the real crazy part. And this is why you really need to pay attention to your kids, because the woman that made the video, she did her homework. She connected the dots. But if you listen to the little girl talk, you will easily dismiss her because she's not able to formulate what she's really saying. You see what I'm saying? And she's, even though she's telling you, yeah, we had cardboard furniture, wouldn't nobody really would have believed that. You know what I'm saying? So as a, the parent, she was taping it, she was believing it, but the little girl was struggling to really get her thoughts out. But that woman, she did her homework. I didn't believe the cardboard furniture. I'm like, cardboard furniture? What? I'm saying, but yeah, they had cardboard furniture out there. Somebody tried to develop cardboard furniture. You know what I'm saying? So, you can see that video on my page. Maybe we'll take a look at it, today. But yeah, these kids not lying, man. They are not lying. And the whole setup for the video that I did was the day before I posted that dude dying. All right. But today I did, let's do fact versus fiction, and I put the little girl video in there, and I put, the video of the dude dying. They in there, you going to heaven, God waiting on you, and all this other shit. All right.
Yeah, right. I saw that video also.
What's up, Hawk? I ain't seen you in a long time, man. The next conference is Sunday. Go to my website, get your tickets. The next conference is this Sunday, y'all. Get your tickets. The next conference is this Sunday. All right. But yeah. Yeah, I seen that. Appreciate you, bro.
Same.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You too, Aaron. Appreciate you. But yeah, so these kids not lying, man. This shit is real, man. And that's another thing you can show, Aaron, is start showing your wife kids recalling past lives that's proven. Because they not lying. Ain't nobody going to heaven. You know what I'm saying?
You're talking to other Aaron or me?
Yeah, Black Aaron. Let me see, what we got?
Oh, gotcha.
We got soccer Aaron. I'm gonna stop calling y'all black and white Aaron. We got soccer Aaron and we got big money Aaron.
So yeah, I show her those reels, man, and she had no words. The only thing she ever say is, "Wow, that stuff is crazy." I'm like, well, won't you get a little deeper in so you can understand it more?
Exactly.
And she just
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's beyond crazy. See, her problem is challenging her belief system. That's her problem. But see, how you got to break that down is, tell her, say, I know what the problem is. And she'll be like, what? And you like, it's challenging what you believe. And when you get her to admit that, then you hit her with the brick over the head and you say, but you never confirmed those beliefs. You just believe some shit that your mama told you or society told you, but you never confirmed it. Did you? She gonna say no? Okay, well, let's see if we can confirm what you believe. I'll help you. Let's read the Bible together. And get that Bible out. As soon as you get on the first page and it's in the 6th verse and it say you live in a dome underwater, say, so now all the flat earth people, they not telling a lie. It say it right here in your Bible. You know what I'm saying? Use her own religion against her. I did a magnificent breakdown today. All right, let's look at the video. I'm gonna show the video.
Yeah, you can show the 7 Days movie. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm gonna share the video. See if I can get to my Instagram on here. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you can do.
Yeah, I'm buying my ticket from all the novels.
And I very well can't show y'all my login shit, so everybody look someplace else. All right, let's see. I ain't showing you either. Nobody gets to see. Let's just turn the goddamn TV on.
There are 21 participants in the conference. The recording has started. Please announce yourself.
So we get there, like as we're
All right.
Raw, your camera's doing stuff just for your knowledge.
Oh, okay. My bad.
There we go. Yeah, so as we're driving, hospital, like her face, like was starting to lose color, pale, like all the classic signs of stuff going on.
And he'll survive. Look, I lost the case today, and I'll survive. Of course, my client won't.
If you release your time, don't worry about Matthew and myself. We're gonna be all right. Don't even think about any of that, because all that's just gonna be a way that they can get down here. I'm gonna be real with you. You're very kind. You're very caring. Like you heard when you were talking to her the other day.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Like you don't need to be doing any of that nonsense.
Right.
You're gonna do the soul track, and you're gonna get on out of here. As soon as I said that to her, like she started getting color back, like the archons essentially where you're
You were in either myocarditis or pretty hard backstage, and then all of a sudden it just went away. We don't know how or what made it to go away, but it disappeared as we got there. She still had symptoms, and then after I re-informed her of the soul trap, and then just make sure remind her every like 30 minutes or so, perfectly healthy afterwards. And it was like, I see you.
Yeah, they can actually, it's like they have a remote control,
Mm-hmm.
and they can actually set pain on you. They can put it in your legs, your back, your heart. They've gone after my heart at least 5, 6 times, and guess what I do? I go, bring it on, bring it on. And I'm not, they're trying to scare me, and I'm not letting it, I'm not going with it. I keep on going. And I just say, I'm not here, I don't feel it, you're not gonna win. But I'm telling you, it's like a remote control, and they do have it. And they can switch anybody off, they can do whatever they want.
There's an author, his name is Tim Dorsey, he has a couple different books. He mysteriously died. I think he was silenced personally.
Shutting me down.
Yeah, they shut it down. In a couple of his books, he was talking about in Miami, that they talked about exactly what you just said. They have like a frequency wave limit or whatever it is that we can't hear, but causes you to like feel, I want to, I'm alive myself. I want to go harm people, like everything. They have
Ultra,
all this stuff.
All right.
I got it up to watch that video.
Can I ask you guys, you were talking about the ringing in the ears. Have you noticed that the ringing has changed? By any chance?
Mine has gotten not as deep. It's more high pitched. I'm not sure about you guys.
Okay. Mine was very, very loud. It would get really loud. Now it's almost like, I'll make the sound, okay? It's like like that. It's like a real buzzing.
You experiencing something different from what we talking about, Helena. We talking about what we were talking about is when entities, you can tell when entities come into your area if you in a closed in area, because you know
into your field. You talking about into your energy field.
In your field,
Well, see that's what I think.
Wrong, but I experienced that today. I meditated for over an hour today outside, with my feet on the ground, sitting in my chair, grounding. Bingo. I heard exactly what y'all talking about.
I think
that is my first time ever hearing it, and I kept hearing it.
I think y'all,
open my eyes. I just stayed focused.
Raj, you and Helena, I think what y'all are experiencing is something different from what we talking about. All right, because ours is more of a just, somebody is beaming in to us. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like a ringing in the ears. It's really like it's I don't even want to say the word tone. Although it is like a really low a,
Oh, I know what you mean.
a really low
I know
tone.
what you mean, Rraw.
Yeah.
Yes. It goes from your left, you can hear it in your left, the tone will change. I get that. That's a spirit speak, like, well, so they say, but I listen
Yeah.
for that.
It's not they're not speaking to you. They coming in here. They don't. So,
Yeah.
so like I'm in this room, right? All right. Obviously, it was some spirits here because I spoke with them on spirit rods. They moved the rods, right? So you're never alone. That's for one. You're never alone. It's usually two beings with you. All right. At all times. That's outside of your body. I ain't talking about the ones that's inside our bodies. I'm talking about the ones that's outside of your body. All right. And then of course, you know, you got the spirit and destiny inside your body. All right. So, but there's other beings that come and go for whatever purposes or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. But, and sometimes you can hear when they come in because the atmosphere in the room changes and you hear a sound in your ear, which is distinct from what y'all saying. I think what y'all saying is exactly what Rod said. It was something dealing with affecting your energy. All right. Now, what we talking about does not affect our energy. It's simply we acknowledge that these two things have happened. I hear something, and the vibe of the room is changing. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of distinct from what y'all talking about. But go ahead.
Right.
Explain it to us more so we can learn.
Go ahead, Raj.
How could I say it? When I heard it in the left ear first. And then it went to the right ear and it just stayed in my head for a moment. And I just, continued my 4, 7, 8 breathing technique. And it lasted probably, I'm gonna say maybe a minute or two, and then it went away.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, here comes the beat. I'm hearing the beat buzzing around my head immediately after that. Okay. And so, I never open my eyes. If anything touches me, I'm cool with it. Anything crawls on me, I stay in a meditative state until I'm through meditating.
Right.
So.
See, that sounds like somebody. That sounds like a high technology type of thing. That's. I don't know whether you want to say it's scanning you or, and I'm not even thinking EMF because that's human. I'm thinking something even beyond that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. Something that's getting in your head. Maybe from one of these aliens or something like that.
They're able to get into your head now.
Yeah. So I mean the government can too. Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. The government can too. Yeah. But that's what that sound like. Go ahead, Aaron.
Travis, are you there, man? I know you said it's happening to you right now. You want to talk on it?
Like when the first one, the talk. When somebody had to come in, because that's the only time it happened. But everybody was talking. I want to put it on speaking and say, everybody still being welcome to the class. But I ain't gonna be arrogant like that.
No, don't be arrogant with them.
I don't give no fuck. I'm not good. And
I'm gonna stop telling y'all to talk crazy to them too, because it's consequences.
I just had a memory, so I got a question.
Yeah, before you say that though, I'm gonna tell y'all to stop talking crazy to these, because we need to realize something, which they making me realize by force, is number one, they run this bitch, period. It don't matter what we learn or as long as we in these bodies, we subjugated to them. All right. So they run this bitch. That's number one. Number two, when I say they run this, they control everything. They can stop your money. They'll get you fired. They'll do whatever they want. They'll do whatever they fucking want. Go ahead though, Chevy. I forgot what I was gonna say, but go ahead.
Now, when Aaron was talking with y'all, I just remember. Remember I told you when I got shot up when I was a teenager, the big hand was emotional for you to come to it, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When that memory just jarred again, yeah, 6 motherfucking fingers.
Say that again.
So yeah, 5 fingers in the thumb, not 4 fingers in the thumb.
Oh snap! That sound like. Hold on. Let's hold on. Let's go to the internet real quick. That sound like
Oh, yeah, the 6 fingers. Oh, my gosh.
is it the Pleiadians?
Oh, yeah, 6 fingers.
Yeah, I was on 6 fingers. I told y'all last week, I had a son and a daughter who were 27-year-old and a 36-year-old.
Yep, I got.
You say you're dangerous.
I got the same thing as you.
Yeah, it came across that,
Uh-oh.
today at the mouth.
Here, right here. The Giants had, in the Bible, the Giants had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes. And
Exactly. Right.
the descendants of Rapha. You might be a giant. You might be a descendant of a giant, Rod.
Yeah, I gotta be. Yeah, I got 6 fingers. I just don't have 6 toes. I'm looking to see if I got 6 now. Yeah, 6 toes. They would show me.
So, yeah. I mean, remember, the giants are the offspring of the Watchers, and the Watchers. So that would make you like an Anunnaki.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, we got a giant, descendant of a giant. We had some descendants. We had some people who had the Rh negative blood in the conference a few years ago. You know what I saw? I saw where they said that the reason the government and them, the reason they got this ancestry.com and all of that stuff is to figure out who is who. Because everybody is descended from somebody. And they trying to figure out who belongs where. Who belongs in what family.
They're looking for a certain bloodline. That's what they're looking for. And they're looking for the ones that are related to that blood type you're talking about.
Blue?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but think about it. Think about it. They categorizing everybody because everybody comes from someplace. Nobody comes from here. So everybody comes from someplace. So they organizing and putting people, okay, well, he with this family and they with this bloodline and they with this bloodline. Because nobody's from here. Everybody was seeded here. So
And the certain bloodlines that they're gonna keep their foot on so that they won't come to power and come to their real true power, so to speak.
And to be honest with you, the very fact that they are starting to organize bloodlines like that should be a red flag that something big is about to happen, and they want to categorize people before whatever happens so they don't have a big old mess trying to do it after what event happens. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I'm ready for whatever. All right. Let me show y'all these couple of videos. Y'all can see my screen, right?
Yeah, it's a bunch of screens, yeah.
Happy.
Yeah, I saw this one the other day.
You ready to go to heaven? Yes. 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 God is waiting for you. Yes. To God be the glory, right, baby? Yes, God is amazing. So amazing. I love you. You blowing kisses at me and winking your eye at your baby. Yes. Yes, God is good. I love you. Yes, God is good. Yes. 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 husband said he's ready now. He's ready to go to heaven. He's ready to go to heaven. And he loved his wife forever. We have a true love story, don't we, baby? We have a true love story. All the way to the end. We have a true love story. And you smiling too. Look at you. Wow, right? That is amazing. Yeah. Yep. God is good. Love you, baby. He's so amazing to me.
She trying to comfort him.
So this video came across my feed, and I responded to it by telling in the comments by telling people, you know, about the archons and what's really gonna happen to them in the afterlife, right? And I'm still getting a lot of flack from people, right? A lot of flack. And the reason I'm even making this video is because Terrell Owens, former NFL player, wide receiver Terrell Owens, this nigga gonna send me this nigga put a comment at me and say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. All right, look, man. All right, I sympathize with people, you know, going through death, but I'm a realist. All right, and I deal in facts. Ever since I woke up from the dream, from the nightmare, from the religious BS, I don't believe that stuff no more because it's not about a belief. It's about what you can prove. It's about what's real. All right. I used to believe in Santa Claus too. Okay. So as a 58-year-old man who was raised a Christian, who converted to Islam and was a Muslim for 10 years, who have read the Bible 5 times, who have read the Quran 11 times, who have read every ancient text you can think of, I can tell you for a fact, and I have been telling you for the 10 years I've been on here, on Instagram, my 30 years of research, I did not need the United States government to tell me that aliens existed. I wrote a book and told you that they existed in the same very 4 aliens that they told you about. I told you first. All right? Even though there's millions of aliens. Paul Hellyer, former Canadian Prime Minister of Defense, told you there's at least 10 different aliens who have bases on the moon. All right? So let me educate people who are stuck on religious dogma and you don't even read your Bible. All right? So to you, I'm gonna address this strictly to Terrell. And I'm not gonna be trying to be disrespectful like I normally am. I'm gonna try to really educate you right now, brother, because a lot of your brethren, your NFL people, follow me. A lot of people you know in that celebrity status follow me. So I want you to listen up, bro. All right? If you read page 1 of the Bible, Genesis chapter 1, verse 6, you live in a dome underwater. If you believe in your, since you rebuking me, that must mean you believe in this, right? This religious Christianity stuff, right? Okay, well, first page of the Bible, you ain't even read that. You live in a dome underwater, bro. You can't, see, here's the dilemma for you people who believe in these religions. You cannot pick and choose what you choose to believe because you believe in an entity. So you believe in Jesus. Jesus said, I didn't come to change the law, I came to fulfill it. What does that mean, bro? That means that whatever his daddy Yahweh said, Jesus is going to follow, all right? So since Yahweh told the children of Israel thousands of years ago to go into the land of Canaan and kill every man, woman, and child, do you now understand why the state of Israel is in the Gaza Strip right now, killing millions of people, even though there's a ceasefire, they're bombing them every day? But you don't know that because it's not on the news because the Jews control the news. They still doing what Yahweh told them to do in 2026, bro. And since Jesus told you he's going to fulfill whatever Yahweh says, Jesus is responsible, just like Yahweh is, for the state of Israel, the children of Israel, killing millions of people in the Gaza Strip, including kids. See, you motherfuckers don't know how to think. That's why I'm releasing the book like this today, Ramification Thinking. So to teach you how to think, sign up on my website. Go to my website right now and sign up to get that. All right? We got to wake up. All right? Now let's start with the obvious for you, my black brother, and for my black people that's watching. You niggas is praying to, you niggas have accepted a religion that was given to black man in America by force from your Christian white slave master who forced this on you. And you niggas think that your Christian white slave master would give you something, would force something on you that was good and that would stop his money. So while he forced this Christianity on you niggas is praying to Jesus and Yahweh to stop slavery, and the slave master is praying to Yahweh and Jesus to continue slavery. So why do you think the white man is dumb? He's fucking running the world. I don't think he's dumb. So why would he fucking force a religion on you if it's true, if it would help you? And then since we got the benefit of hindsight, you know hindsight is 20/20, right? Meaning perfect. Your slavery lasted for 400 years, followed by 100 years of Jim Crow. Niggas is still on the bottom. It's just now it's masked. It's an illusion. All right? It's an illusion. But the laws are set up against you. The whole system is set up against you. You think, nigga, because you could catch a ball, that the system is suddenly fixed. You can drive through the hood. Stop and actually talk to people. The system ain't never been fixed, dog. They just changed how slavery looks. Now don't sit up here and tell me that you people, including you, Terrell, are prudent, good-thinking people. You're not. See, stuff like this video make you emotional. See, you cannot make rational decisions when you are emotional. That's why your President Biden and Dr. Fauci got on national TV talking cash crazy to you people. You gotta get vaccinated. You don't get vaccinated, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And you, oh my God, let me run out and take the vaccine. And now what's happening with that situation? That might be what this dude is experiencing. Because a lot of you are. And your doctors is lying to you, not telling you exactly the reason why all of these diseases are now springing up. Motherfuckers catching strokes left and right. Respiratory diseases up 800%. All of this stuff. So you're not. The majority of you are not a prudent thinking person because somebody on your goddamn TV threatened you and you ran out and did it. I lost my job because I wouldn't do it. Because I'm a rational thinker and I deal with facts. And I don't just accept a narrative that's pushed on me like the pandemic was pushed on you after I looked it up. COVID is in the goddamn common cold category. A goddamn common cold. You don't know how to treat a cold, and you didn't. You ran out and let them stick something in you and you don't know what the hell is in there. Guinea pigs, rats. Now let me explain some stuff to you that you don't know. Since your government has now confirmed, because many of you, the government can tell you some shit before you believe it. Since now your government has confirmed that aliens are real.
All right, so that was the first part. Let's go to this video which Raj was talking about.
Okay, so we're going to look at what's fact and what's fiction today. All right, so let's listen to the fiction first.
You seem happy. You happy? You ready to go to heaven? Yes. 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 God is waiting for you. Yes. To God be the glory, right, baby? Yes, God is amazing. So amazing. I love you.
So you heard the fiction. We'll comment on this later, but let's listen to the facts.
So you still think that reincarnation isn't real, right? Watch this cute little old soul. Listen.
In what day?
Back in the olden days, I used to have an apple and bread.
Who's feed you apple and bread?
In the olden days, these little lunch ladies.
What olden days are you?
In the olden days, in the 1954, we didn't have tables. We had cardboard chairs.
Yeah, I did.
And cardboard chair shapes.
Really? Oh.
Cardboard chair shapes tables.
Where you get this from? Where you get this from?
1954. I was in 1954.
You was in 1954. So you been here before. So you been here before.
Yes, I been in 1954 eating old food.
Eat old food.
Yes, but back in here, what's it called?
What again?
You know how tater tots taste in the old days? They used to taste sweet.
They did?
Yes.
She is recalling her past life in 1954. And she's making that very clear to you if you didn't hear it on the first or the second time. And for the people in the back, 1954. She talks about them sitting on cardboard furniture, tables and chairs. And of course I got the receipts. Look at that. She talks about back in the olden days. What child do you know at that age refers to the past as the olden days? And when she talks about the tater tots tasting sweet, of course I do the research. I always do when I'm doing past life regression because I want to look at the facts. I want to look at the breadcrumbs and make sure that we're on the right track. 1953, the company Ida came out with tater tots. And back in those days, the potatoes that were used to make this food had a slightly sweet taste to it because of the natural sugars that were in the potatoes. Reincarnation is real. The soul is eternal. Okay?
So you heard both sides, what I would call the fiction side and the factual side. And you distinguish which side is which? Of course you can. All right, so religion deals in beliefs, faith. These are not factual things. These are things that people trick themselves into feeling are true, but they have no factual basis whatsoever. And just to be clear, I used to be a Christian, I used to be a Muslim, so I understand the game. I understand what you're going through, all right? But what you don't understand is your indoctrination. Your parents did it to you. For black people in America, this goes all the way back to slavery times, where this religion and these beliefs, this whole belief system was forced upon you. You did not come over from Africa believing the Christianity stuff that you now believe, because if you did, then they never would have forced it on you, all right? So it was a true thing back in the day that slaves would get whipped for not only speaking your native tongue, all right, but doing anything that remotely related to something spiritual or religious. If you got caught, the consequences were severe because they wanted you to forget that and accept what they was forcing down your throat, which was this new belief system, which kept you enslaved because you prayed to their God and he never heard you for 400 years. He didn't hear you. And don't think he released you after 400 years. He didn't. Just time released you from slavery. There was more white people who said this was wrong than there was white people who said, we get rich, let's keep this going. That's what released you from slavery. Your God didn't, this God never released you from slavery. If it was up to him, you would still be enslaved. Let's be clear about that. All right. Now, this other thing, the little girl. All right. This is, people be asking me, how do you know so much about the afterlife? Because I spent 30 goddamn years researching and researching children recalling past lives, people's near-death experiences, which is really not a near-death. They did die. Did they not die? Yes, they died and they saw. So when you research for years and years and years, for 30 fucking years, and you look over thousands and thousands of testimonies of people telling you what they see, what they experience, and then you compile that together. That's how I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Stupid ass niggas who believe in this fucking religious gods spit out their same mouth. How do you know what to do if you never died? Nigga, and I flip that back onto you since you're trying to put forth some type of level of experience or factual shit that I should know. The fuck do you know about your God? This nigga, your Jesus, your God, ain't none of them niggas been here in thousands of fucking years. They ain't did shit. They ain't been here. You lying to yourself when you say, oh, look at that, God is good. No, nigga, look at Africa and starving kids. Look at Palestine and the Gaza Strip. Look at dying kids. And then say that shit out your mouth, how good God is. But these dumb niggas, they'll say for that, oh, well, man did that. Nigga, man did your fucking miracles or the unseen that you don't even know about. The ignorance is so fucking messed up. Let's get to the subject. This girl is spitting facts. And thankfully, this woman did my homework, so I didn't have to go do it. She's spitting facts. This little girl is spitting facts. These people over here is talking about what the fuck they believe. Ain't picked up a book or nothing. Ain't nobody going to no goddamn heaven except to be reincarnated. You don't stay up there that long. They're gonna send your ass back. And she and millions of other girls and boys up to age 7 who have told about their lives from the past. Some of them tell you about the in-between time, from the time they died from their last life, going up into the so-called heaven, talking to a being that tell them they got to come back and do it again. And see, because you see, they scared, right? This dude is scared. Everybody that don't know nothing about death is afraid. Because you fear the unknown. You ever heard that saying before? You only fear the unknown. So if you were smart, you would get the soul trap session, which I pour my 30 years of research into. and tell you about what you're going to encounter, what's going to happen to you in the afterlife. So we can do one thing at first, let's take away your fear. You can't do nothing if you're a scared little bitch. So let's get your fear out of the way. You only fear the unknown. But I'm gonna tell you about what they're gonna do, what they can do, all the possibilities. That way you don't walk into a situation like walking into a dark room or walking down a dark alley. You fear that type of shit. Because you will be going into the darkness, motherfucker. All right? So you better wake up and start taking this shit serious. If you have a brain, you will understand the correlation between your government telling you is there's unidentified flying objects in the sky. Who the fuck is driving that shit? Aliens. Since ain't no other government stepped up and said it's ours. We know we can't, humans don't have no aircraft, no public aircraft or any type of really aircraft yet that's doing, look, please understand something. They showing you videos of modern times, right? So some people are like, well, deep state got shit like that. Okay, well go back to the earliest go back 3,000 years ago, go back 4,000, 5,000 years ago, when the shit was etched on walls and all this shit. Did the deep state government have motherfucking UFOs then, stupid motherfucker? Of course not. So this so-called phenomenon has been around since the beginning of recorded history. Which means what? Aliens been here since the beginning. So since we can track that aliens have been here since the beginning, while your religions only go back a couple of thousand years, are you ready to do fucking basic math yet? Is it starting to sink in? Are you getting it? Why you don't see Jesus no more? Are you getting it? Why the gods don't walk amongst the men no more like they did in the Garden of Eden and all of that shit? Is it starting to make fucking sense to you now? Because it should. See, I'm dealing facts and ramification thinking. The book will be out by 6 o'clock today, or available by 6 o'clock to order. But I'm dealing facts, man. You got to start dealing in facts. Fuck what you believe. Niggas believe in Santa Claus. Your beliefs don't mean shit. All right? Fuck what you believe. If you read the Talmud of Emmanuel, Jesus telling you, I'm stepping out of UFOs and all of that shit. That's how I'm going from Jerusalem to India and shit like this. Because I'm getting on UFOs. That's why I'm disappearing during my early years. And you niggas don't nobody know where I was or what I was doing. I was off in ancient Egypt learning some shit. The world, you're in a dome underwater, man. That's a technologically.
All right, so
hey, Rraw.
Yeah.
I'm trying to log. I got somebody to think it over. My bad. Okay.
All right.
My bad.
Okay, so we're going to look at what's fact and what's fiction today. All right. So let's listen to the fiction.
Pope Leo making history again, this time with a major apology from the Vatican. The first American-born Pope apologized for the Catholic Church's role in legitimizing.
This is an important video for everybody.
To condemn it for centuries.
Everybody needs to see this.
Called it a quote wound in Christian memory and asked for forgiveness in the name of the Church.
Why did Pope Leo apologize to the world? This true account is about how church power, empire, slavery, and stolen land were tied together through 3 papal decrees. Dum Diversas in 1452, Romanus Pontifex in 1455, and Inter Caetera in 1493. They were legal and religious weapons.
These 3 papal decrees joined together are called the Doctrine of Discovery. And it gave the church legal and religious framework to basically steal land, kill and murder indigenous people, which would be people of color, all right? And it gave them the authority to invade, claim, and exploit non-Christian lands and subjugate the indigenous people to slavery, all right? So basically, what are we saying here? Let's put it in layman's terms. Your Christian church passed laws that gave them the right to go to places like Africa and Australia and what is now known as the United States and go in there and kill people, take their land, and force them people into slavery. All right? This is where it comes from, the church. So I'm baffled when I see and hear people who obviously don't know this are joining into this crap today, because the doctrine of discovery, this all was done in the name of Christ. The doctrine of discovery in the name of Christ. Slavery was done in the name of Christ because people who were not Christian were looked at as enemies of Christ. All right? So this is what I keep trying to explain to people about the importance of knowing history. See, you niggas come and ascribe, oh, I'm going to church, I'm a Christian, all that bullshit, and you don't even know what the fuck you're signing up for. You don't even know what the origins is. So so imagine the church looking at the millions of niggas that's sitting in church on Sunday. Them niggas is laughing at you, stupid, ignorant niggas.
Gotcha.
They laughing at you. Because you don't know the history of what you're involved in. That's like, we know what the Ku Klux, the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan is, right? Let's just say today, the Ku Klux Klan said, we denounce racism. And then 100 years from now, they have centers set up, you know, and black people are attending these centers. Are you fucking stupid? Gotcha. I mean, like, the fuck is wrong with y'all people, man? I understand you didn't know. But here, I'm telling you right now what this shit is. You niggas who identify as Christian, you can tag Terrell Owens in this shit. You niggas are the dumbest niggas of all because you won't pick up a goddamn book. So there's nothing religious or even spiritual about Christianity or its foundations, because this is where it comes from. This is where it comes from. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, this is what y'all dumb niggas is trying to do, because you indoctrinated and you want to hold on to this bullshit. You want to separate the history of the church who gave you this religion and think that you got a personal relationship with Jesus or God now or whatever. It don't work that way, fam. All right? It does not work that way. And what's the main fact that you should be looking at? Nigga, ain't none of your, look, slavery lasted in America for 400 years. Where was Christ at then? Where was Jesus at then? Why Jesus didn't bring his ass out of the clouds and down to America and say, this is wrong. This is not what Christianity is about. Why he didn't do that? But, and that would have saved, what, millions of slaves' lives? But, you niggas will sit here today and say, Jesus has done something for you. Just for you. Just like he literally just appeared in your house and said, I'm going to take away your cancer, or I'm going to pay this bill for you, or whatever the dumb, ignorant ass shit you think he's done for you. But he never shows up in Africa to help starving kids. He didn't show up in slavery times to stop slavery. This nigga, is you insane? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you mentally? You niggas all should be committed to fucking psychiatric hospitals because something is fucking mentally wrong with you. You crazy. You fucking crazy. Wake the fuck up, man. Get the Soul Trap session and learn the truth about the world you live in, about the afterlife. Get the book. It dropped today. Ramification Thinking. It's available now. Go to my website. Get your copy now. We got the Alien Disclosure Conference on Sunday. Get your ticket, man. We're gonna cover all of this shit. I'm gonna connect the dots for you. Join the School of Esoteric Knowledge, where we read these ancient texts. And we do away with the beliefs. We read, we discover, we build on facts. This nonsense has got to stop, people. It's got to stop.
Well, that's the basis of where this religion come from. That's really the basis. The doctrine of discovery is the basis of. This is why in America today you don't really own the land. You know what I'm saying? That's why they could take your land. All right. Did you not know, like in other countries like Vietnam and stuff like that, and I'm not sure about China, we can look it up right now, but you can't, that doctrine don't apply to those countries. So when you buy your land, you actually own your fucking land. And let's just do a quick Google search. Which countries allow you to own land that once it's paid off cannot be taken?
That's why they call a mortgage a debt pledge, right?
Right. See, look. Wait, can y'all see my screen? I think I turned it off. And see, remember, remember, AI is with the fuckery too. So, you know, this whole what they doing with AI now is AI is lying about a lot of shit. You really got to do your research. So look, most Western democracies allow for freehold ownership. Look, this means you own the property outright. You is a goddamn lie, right? If you own something, then it should not be able. If you own something and it's paid off, how can somebody ever take it from you? If I owe back taxes on property on not on my house, you know, but on the land or something like that, how can you seize the land? You should if I paid the land, if I bought the land and I paid it off free and clear, a tax should not. Okay, so let's put this in perspective. I bought my car and I paid it off. But you know, can you come seize my car for taxes? Or because I don't want to pay to get the sticker every year, can you take my car for that? No. No. So how is tax liens and all of that shit applied to the most major purchase anybody in a lifetime will make, but you can't do that to nothing else and nothing else that I own. You can't do it to nothing else that I own. You can't take my refrigerator, you can't take my TV if I don't pay a tax or something or whatever. You can't take nothing else that I own except the most valuable thing that a person can own, and that is their property. That's why they call it a freehold ownership. And I mean, if I own it, what the fuck is this even term for? You see what I'm saying? Why doesn't it just say, well, if you paid it off, you own it? What the fuck is freehold ownership? Because it's not what they saying. This means you own the property outright. Well, I lost my property. They stole the fucking the city took. I had a lot that was paid off, and because I owed $600 in taxes, these motherfuckers took it for $600. They took it, and the law backs them taking it. That's why you don't own shit. If I buy a house again, it'll be because I bought it outright. I'll never pay a mortgage again, and for real, owning property that can be taken if you don't pay the taxes is not really owning shit. All right. So yeah, but other countries like they're saying, oh, I want to know about China.
So you better just rent a house and let them pay for the repairs.
Yeah, if I mean, yeah, it's benefits. It's benefits to just renting. If you can get a long term, if you like the house and you're gonna be there long term, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Ron, what's the meeting ID? I'm trying to join in the video call, but it's not letting me. Just let me call in.
The meeting ID. Who was that?
I sent the message, but the type in.
I got it. I don't know if anything weird.
Who is talking? I can't even see
I
you.
just woke up. It's been taking me 30 minutes to log in, but I had to call in. I better call you.
Who is this?
I can't see all this weird.
What's your name, fam? Oh, Justice. Justice. Use a link from before. One of your old links.
I don't know why. It's just making me call in. It's the 809-6418 as the access code. But it's not letting me type that in and join. Neither one of you but maybe I'll just have to listen like this today.
Did you download the app?
Yeah, do you got the app?
But anyway, my bad. I'll figure it out. I just been trying for like 45 minutes now. I don't know why.
Did you download the free conference app?
Yeah, I have it. I got the app.
Okay.
But I can't see it. It made me, I had to call in, so I don't know. Anyway, my bad.
Yeah, in China, land is state-owned, it says. So in China, you purchasing land use rights, which is probably worse than here. Because it's got a limitation on it, usually 70 years for residential property. They don't have a blanket annual property tax, but see, the land is owned by the state, so that's a different form. That's really the same. I mean, it's really actually the same, because in America you don't own. They just tell you own the shit. You don't own shit. You don't pay that motherfucker, they gonna get it. So it's really the same, except China, you for a residential property, they only gonna give you 70 years. I guess they figure after that you should be dead. That's kind of crazy. But I mean, we all know the exact real reason nobody owns property inside of a dome underwater. I mean, we know that, right? We don't own property inside of a dome underwater because you live in a dome under fucking water. So they're not about to let somebody own property and keep a monopoly on that, with your family, like Bill Gates. He gonna pass that. He got billions of acres, millions of acres, whatever. But he gonna pass that down to his family. But they, if they wasn't rich, they wouldn't be able to keep it if they defaulted on the property taxes. So that. But anyway, let's get to it, man. We way off base. Where we at? 12th planet. All right, we stopped on chapter 2, and you people at home, see you later. See you later, alligators. After a while, crocodile. You too, YouTube. How do I turn?
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody send a link to the group. Study up with y'all.